Hey guys, coming at you with another fidget spinner review, and I got this one in the mail the other day. You may have seen it in my previous video when I was kind of doing a sneak peek, but this one is called the Eagle Eye hand spinner, and these people actually included a nice card along with the spinner on the outside of the box in the packaging to give you a brief introduction to the spinner and kind of like a care and feeding of your spinner. Hopefully you can read this. I'm going to try to focus in on it. But basically it says, please practice using this spinner over a soft surface like carpet or a rug, because the spinner body is made of pure copper, and copper is a little bit softer material than stainless steel or brass, so if you do drop it, it might cause the frame to be warped just a little bit or dinged. Copper is a softer metal, and yeah, so just if you're going to get one of these, please be sure and practice over a soft surface like carpet or a rug or maybe even grass, so that if you do drop it, you take less chance of knocking the precision frame out of alignment. And at the very bottom it says they do not recommend using water to wash this spinner. Use alcohol or Zippo kerosene, which I'm assuming they mean Zippo lighter fluid, which you can get at your local stores, convenience stores, and places like Walmart, Kmart. Pretty much everybody carries Zippo lighter fluid for cleaning the bearings. So I do like the fact they included this nice care and feeding of your spinner card so that you know how to take care of your spinner. And so let's get on with the show here. Let's pull out the Eagle Eye hand spinner. I think this is a very, very nice box. I like the logo and design. And if you look at this spinner has something a little bit different than most spinners I have ever seen don't have. They actually include a separate set of bearings. This is a separate set of ceramic bearings, and let me go ahead and pull everything out right here. I kind of cheated on this review when I looked at the spinner before I actually did the video, because I wasn't sure what was in the box. So, and it's a little bit tough to get out of here. This little teeny tiny thing. I thought it was a necklace at first. This little tool you see here with their logo on it, but this is actually the tool you use to remove the bearing cover. Let's see if I can get it focused in here properly in my dirty fingernails. But let me show you real quick. That's taking a little bit too long for my taste, but let me unbox it. See, this thing comes a really, really nice box. See if I can focus that a bit. You can see the design, how it all fits in there. Let me set that off to the side and unbox this. It's a really nice little, feels like a leather pouch. Nice leather pouch with a little key ring on it, so it'll attach to your keys, or it'll go on your backpack. I think that's a really nice addition to something. This is really something I have not ever seen before in any of my spinners. I've not received a pouch like this, or a set of spare bearings. So I really am impressed with the spare bearings. I mean, you just don't, these people have taken spinners to the next level. This is truly a nice spinner. I mean, I do like this design quite a bit. This thing is heavy. It does feel like it's solid copper. It does not feel inexpensive. I like these really, really big finger pads. I believe these are brass. The color looks like brass, and it would make this very easy for learning tricks. But as I say, please don't, when you first get this one, please do not use it unless you're standing on a carpet or a rug or someplace where you have some padding, just in case you drop it, because like I said, copper is a softer metal. It is a pretty metal, but it might bend the frame just a little bit if you dropped it too hard. So see, let you get an idea of the strobe effect. It's a very, very nice strobe effect. I like it a lot. Feels very nice, although my focus is not the best in the world. Let's see if it does any better in the light over there. It does give me a little bit of tactile feedback. I can feel the bearings kind of rolling around inside the bearing housing, but that's because if they're like this bearing here, let me pull it back up here. I guess I need to take that out of the packages. I will in just a second to show you. But these do not have a bearing cage, or they do. I'm sorry, they have a cage, but they don't have a bearing guide. They're free floating in there, I believe. If you can see the light going through there, there's no guide to hold the bearings separated in there. So That means the bearings are designed to spin as long as possible and as fast as possible, because anything inside that bearing housing will slow down the bearings. So they remove the bearing guide, and I'm going to go ahead and tear that open because it's a little bit slow for me. Just want to let you show that it's kind of cool. You see how the bearings are kind of free floating in there? Let's see if it does any better with my, there we go. See, this one does not have a bearing guide or a bearing separator in there. So they are free floating. Means it will spin a little bit longer, a little bit faster. And let me go ahead and show you how they change out the bearings. This one is a very precise engineered thumb pads, or covers as you might want to call them. You get it off of here, and I'll show you how the little tool works. And I've got this one. This is the back side. If this was the front side, there'd be two little notches right there. There we go. See, this thing has two notches on there. And some of these spinners you can undo with your fingers like that. This one actually is a little bit loose. So it is easy to start. But if it was not easy to start, simply take this little tool right here, get into the two notches, and simply, this is tightening it, so you'll forgive me for that. I will tighten it a bit there, but I'll swap out the bearings, give you a little demo of how that works. Set that off to the side. As you can tell, this is not exactly a planned demo. Kind of wanted to do this on the fly to let you see what I would see, or you would see whenever you first get this one. It's kind of a little bit of a learning curve to get used to this spinner, because this is a more advanced spinner in design. Come on now. Yes, that brass cover here, I believe it's brass, is a little bit slippery. It's almost loose. But it's well worth the effort and time if you like swapping out your bearings, because you will have the opportunity to kind of semi-customize your spinner feel. There we go. It was loose the whole time. I just needed to turn it over. But as you can see, I'm surprised. I'm truly surprised. I thought this was going to be stainless steel, but it turns out to be a white ceramic with a spinner bearing guide in there. If you were wondering about the difference between the types of bearings, as you can see, if you look through here, you'll see the guide that is clearly separating every one of the spinners. And look on this side, you'll see the little plastic guide holding each bearing in place, keeping them all from touching. And as a comparison, here is the one that does not have a guide, and how the bearings kind of float around. So let me switch it out real quick, and I will let you know about the difference in the way that it feels. That is pretty amazing. I like that. It's really cool of them to offer two different kinds of bearings to let you customize your spinner. And as I said, I just have not run across anybody else who does this same type of thing with their spinners. I'm sure it will become the norm pretty soon as other companies find out that there's a demand for being able to customize your spinner. And even looking at the lobes right here, it looks like, even though this thing is heavy enough to spin without external weights, I'm sure if you wanted to, you could buy brass covers, or even, I don't know if you could actually if you could put bearings in or not, because there's no way to really attach the bearings to keep them falling. But you could buy spare thumb covers and screw them together and make your own custom lobes to further customize your spinner. Or even take plastic lobes, plastic caps, snap them together in the lobes. That might work out. It might not. I don't have anything to try it with, but this spinner really gives you a whole lot of options to work with. So let's see how this feels, because like the last one here, this one with the white bearings felt very smooth, very fast, but at the same time it felt a little bit clicky, just a little bit clicky. So if you like a little bit of feedback, that's a great one. And if you notice here with the something I didn't point out a minute ago, but with this one there was almost zero wobble. I mean, you could not feel it at all, but I can tell right now because of the free floating bearings, this one's going to wobble just a little bit if you want it to, if you wobble back and forth like that. So, oh, now if you can hear that now, this one is much louder. It definitely feels like it's going to spin for much, much longer. It just feels like it's moving faster. But the trade-off is it's going to wobble. You're going to feel more feedback when you turn your fingers back and forth. It does not feel clicky. Even though it's loud, it doesn't feel clicky. So yeah, do the side here. Give you a full rotation on it here so you can see all the strobe effects and how it looks in the light. Yeah, overall, this is a fantastic little spinner. And then they give you this pouch to carry it in. That is so cool. So there you go. The Eagle Eye hand spinner. This is a very nice one. It's on Amazon.com. And I will post a link to the Amazon page down below in case you want to check them out. Look at the reviews. And I will talk to you later.